What's up, sons? It's Blind Run with Son of a Tech once again, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Antec HCG 850 Extreme. It's a newer power supply coming from Antec, and I don't actually have the latest model available for you to purchase on Newegg, but I have one that's pretty much similar. The only difference is going to be aesthetically on the outside, and I believe the fan is actually a 120 millimeter, not a 135 millimeter. Once this one's available, at least US side, I'll leave a link to it, of course, in the description so you can go purchase it. And full disclosure, Antec sent this over for a build I'm doing for QuakeCon coming up here in August, so that's why we have it. And I'm not going to be doing a full review. I would never go ahead and try to trick you guys into thinking I'm as good as somebody like Johnny Guru. I do not have that kind of equipment, but what I can do is go over basically the contents of the box, what it advertises, and what kind of features it does have that you can see at least from the outside, and go on from there, so stick around. Welcome back. So HCG stands for High Current Gamer. Yes, this has that gamer branding. Of course, it didn't go with like that typical super green or super red look or white or anything like that. It actually is like a peach color on the outside, but don't fret if you don't like that peach color. You can remove all of that outer enclosure and it will reveal a black enclosure underneath it. And you could actually, if you're a PC modder, just go ahead and get those pieces painted, making it actually a really good option for PC modders, because that's going to be a really easy way or thing to mod. As far as power supplies go, you aren't going to have to take the entire casing off, rip all the guts out, and get that work done. All you gotta do is pull the covers off and get them painted. I really dig that. The only downside is currently Cable Mod doesn't actually make any cables or custom sleeved cables for this particular power supply or anything from Antec. So if you're going to want to do custom sleeve cables, you're going to have to get in there and actually figure the pinouts yourself. And that is a big downside for the PC modding portion of this. Now, that being said, I did Google it, and they are looking at going ahead and making some custom cables for this particular power supply, and by them I mean, of course, Cable Mod. And if they actually go that route, we can get the Cable Mod configurator working with Antec power supplies. Big props, and this power supply would be extra good for PC modding thanks to that outer kind of covers that you can take off and paint. Now, getting down to the power supply itself, it is a 850 watt gold rated power supply, so that's 92% efficiency, and it's rated to run at 150 watts continuous power, so you're gonna get all the power you need out of it. Looking over it, you will find, of course, on the back side a place to plug it into the wall, and then of course the power button. And what is really nice is there is a selection button for hybrid mode, and what that's going to do is essentially either put it into the mode where it is fanless, it's not spinning the fan at low power usage, or at a constant fan speed, which will actually be used at a low power usage and then ramp up from there. Both should ramp up around the same times to higher fan speeds. Now, previously there was a power supply from Antec that was the 850M. Be very careful with that one. As far as the fan goes, it's actually pretty noisy, and it's like a clear acrylic LED. I also didn't like that LED coming through the fan grill. Luckily, that's all been changed, and they went with a higher quality fluid dynamic bearing, and this one is 135 millimeters, so pretty good stuff. It's going to be quite a bit quieter. Yes, that's a thing. Then it's basically, I guess, little brother at this point. I don't think they're discontinuing the 850M, but that's to be seen later on. You'd have to ask Antec themselves. Finally, we get to the good side, which is the fully modular side, and this is where you're going to have all of your connections to plug in all of your peripherals, your motherboard CPU power, and of course all of those sweet GPUs. And the great thing here is you actually have not 2, not 4, but 6 PCIe powers coming off this power supply. So you could go into triple SLI with like 1070s, provided you don't care that SLI doesn't work anymore, and provided that of course you stay within the power requirements of those GPUs, right? If you're going to be overclocking the absolute piss out of them and you're running a Threadripper or a 7980XE with them, you might want to be a little bit more careful with that. That also being said, you do have 2 additional CPU powers with this, so powering Threadripper with it's going to be no problem. If you pick up something like the ASRock Taichi X399 motherboard like I have, which will have 2 additional CPU powers that you need to get hooked up. Good news is, with this power supply, you're going to be able to do that. Additionally, in the box, it does come with, of course, some strap downs or Velcro strap downs, which are branded Antec, and you do get some zip ties. Wrapping all of this up, if you guys are curious about any more of the technical specs, I'll leave a link to the documentation in the description below that you can go check out, as well as if you would like to purchase it, you can go check out the Newegg link. I do not have an affiliate link with Newegg. Of course, when we get the Amazon link, I'll swap those out down there as well, or give you options for both of them. Now, this is going to be going into the Antec P6 case, which they sent along with it, and I kind of am sad about it because of the modability of those covers. And so I'm not going to be able to hop in there and change a lot of that up and then show it off. So we're probably just going to go ahead and slap it in there behind the PSU shroud in that P6 case, and maybe take the back panel off to show it off to some of you all at QuakeCon if you're there. If you are there, be sure to hit me up at Son of a Tech on Twitter as well. Just shameless self-promotion. I like to always hang out at those events, and I need a partner to help me win in Realm Royale. So yeah, I've been playing that a lot lately. My final thoughts are that it has a high level of customizability because of those covers, and it makes it easier to go ahead and customize the paint because you can pull them off and paint them in their metal. Super cool. The actual stock finish could be interesting depending on like what your preferences are, personal preferences. It's kind of growing on me. I'm a little colorblind, so maybe peach isn't the right color. Let me know if it's something different down in the description below. And as far as power supplies go, it has a 10-year warranty, which is one of the best, of course, in the power supply game, so I wouldn't really worry about that too much, and that's how they back that 850 watt continuous power rating that they say they have. Super good stuff here, guys. I don't have any issues with it so far. We'll have to see what goes on. We're going to be putting it into a dummy build into the P6 case for a review. I only have an AM3 Plus motherboard, or micro ATX motherboard right now. I was going to put a mini ITX motherboard in this case, but we'll discuss that in a different build vlog later, because there's a couple reasons with this case I don't like the mini ITX. So I think we're going to go ahead and wait for the B450 to come out and grab a micro ATX version of that. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on that as well. Maybe I do just pick up another B350 and throw the Ryzen 2700 in the B350, and I'm still stuck with another mini ITX motherboard for Ryzen over here. But you know, it's not that bad to have some extra Ryzen motherboards laying around now, is it? Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you next Tuesday.